Hey everybody, it's Vicky. I'm over at the Terrace house. Do you remember last time I was here, I said there's not any blooms on this hardy hibiscus. And I came over here today. It's like 2 days later. And oh my God, I was not expecting that. I had one that was like about to open. So I thought, oh, that'll probably open. But I was not expecting all of these to open up like that. So that's pretty crazy. Anyway, I came over here. I should do some weed pulling and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to. These kids across the street are taking money for the homeless, and so I just gave them, all I had on me, honestly, was a little bit of change, but they're so sweet. Oh God, everything's looking so pretty. Look at these veronicastrum. It's this white flower. This white flower right here. It's really pretty. And the Russian sage is looking nice. You can see my Joe Pye weed has its first blooms. Let me get up here. I haven't seen these yet. Oh, okay. So they're not really open yet, but it looks like it's about to. If I can remember correctly, I think this is baby Joe. Hopefully it is, because the regular Joe gets really huge. And then this is my world milkweed that I was showing you guys the other day. These flowers are past their prime, but still very pretty. And you can see here that it seems to be kind of like seeding downhill, because I've got multiple little younger plants that don't have flowers yet. Here's the Walker's Low catmint. Probably should cut that back. It's starting to lose most of its color now. Since we're up here, I guess we'll just cover this area. Look at how giant my lamb's ear is getting. Now remember, all of this was planted just this late winter from divisions. I bought 2 or 3 of these about 3 years ago. May have been 3 or 4 years ago, but 2 or 3 plants that I have divided into all of these. And believe it or not, I have more at my other at the rental house. So that's an excellent plant if you really like, dividing plants and adding to your collection like I do. I mean, I just think of it as you buy the plants and then you've got free plants forever. So I think of that as an investment for sure. I forget what these are called. I got these at clearance when they're an annual, but they were super cheap at Ace Rent-to-Own, or not Rent-to-Own, Ace Hardware. So anyway, I picked up some of these little red flowers. The bees are all over this, whatever this plant is. By the way, I've been looking up thyme, and I do not think that this is thyme. So I'm still trying to figure out what this plant is. From what I read, thyme does not get this tall. And I know there's lots of different varieties of thyme, but this is probably 2.5 feet tall in the middle of that clump. And I'm just not sure what it is, but I really like it. It's very pretty. And there's tons of little flies on it, as well as bees, as well as that little white, I'm not sure what that is, butterfly or moth, but it's very cute. But there's just a lot of littler pollinators on there that you guys can't even see. Also on this pincushion flower, there's tons of little flies as well as the bees and stuff all around that right now. The veronicas that I had cut back before are looking really good again. So we got a gorgeous little purple and yellow kind of moment. Most of my orange ditch lilies are starting to kind of reach the end, I believe. So those will be getting cut back here soon, probably another week or two. Not those white little butterflies are flying around, but they're cute. Let's check on our catmint and lavender. Ooh, I see lots of bees on my catmint down here. These blooms are coming back in, reflushing out. Okay, this is what I was expecting it to do. It is getting bigger, so this is good. Let's start filling in more space here. These lavender, remember, they weren't planted that long ago, so they're still probably just trying to establish. And this sage is kind of encroaching on this catmint a little bit. It's okay. I like to plant things tightly together. This bacopa that I planted in the front here, this little white bacopa, I wasn't sure if that was going to make it because after I purchased it on clearance and planted it, I discovered that it's something that likes a lot of water. Well, luckily, we did start getting a lot more rain here lately. So, like in the last month, we've had quite a bit more rain. So that's a relief because we had been in a drought for about the past year, and that looks better. Our weather pattern seems to have finally changed a little bit. So some relief from my garden. And then once I am back in my house, I can add supplemental water if I need to, but right now I don't have that option. Those were climbing back rather than climbing down, so I was trying to readjust them, but now they're going to look a little bit weird for a while. Okay, so here's my other hardy hibiscus, looking pretty. I have one more hardy hibiscus up here in the middle in between my two coneflowers. Earlier in the year, I was thinking I was going to move that, but actually I really like the difference in the color. So it blooms at the same time as those pink coneflowers, but it's that lighter pink with some white. And I really like that difference. And also the flower shape and size is different. I just think it looks really pretty right there. And there's purple salvias in front of it that aren't super showy right now. I had cut them back, so this is their second flush of the year. And I can see it, but it's just not super bright and standing out. But then in front of my lamb's ear right here, there's a little arc of pink Gara. So that is all looking super healthy. I'm very happy that that plant took. And I have an open spot right here where I removed that verbascum or mullein plant that was right there. It was really big. I don't know if you guys remember. It had big silver foliage and then it had a tall flower spike. But anyway, it was done. I removed it and now I have some bindweed and grass and stuff starting to grow up in there. So I need to put something in that spot and obviously pull that stuff out. But if I put something there, I need to bring over some lamb's ear from the other house is what I need to do. But also maybe one more perennial right there to fill that space. Other than that, this salvia is looking great over here. My little cactus and sedum area, looking good. I don't remember if I mentioned why I came over here. I came over here to dig up some plants. And what I was going to say is that I should do some weeding and stuff like that, but I don't know that I'm going to. So I came to get some plants from the upper garden that I'm going to transplant to my work garden. And then I pulled up and saw how gorgeous this terrace was looking. So I just decided to do another video real quick. So many of these little white butterflies down here. Or moths. I'm gonna have to figure out what those are. They're white and they have like a dark spot on both wings. If I could get them to be still for a moment. I'm super excited about planting a lot of native plants because the more native plants that you plant, the more pollinators you should get. And I really love to see the butterflies and the moths and even the flies and the bees and all that stuff flying around the garden. So it just makes planting native plants more rewarding for me. Is that you, not only are they beautiful in my opinion, like I really do love a lot of our native plants, but just also the fact that they bring that extra element of life to your garden in the little flying jewels, if you will. Okay, everybody, well, I think I'm gonna cut it here. I just need to get some more plants and transplant them to my work garden. And then I actually got other things I got to do this weekend, so I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.